we want to pay attention to light, but overall lighting, and that includes darkness. I know that's how I've thought of it when I was both in clinical practice, and certainly it's one of the biohacking things I follow is to try to do a really optimize my lighting during the day, but also optimize my darkness during the night. And do you have any insights of why, or any opinion on whether that would be an overall good strategy?
Yeah, I think it definitely would have been a good strategy. And just to take a step back, you can think of it as humans having once lived by two clocks. So one was the environmental clock, so changes in things like light exposure, and one was our biological clocks. And obviously these people, they would have been physically active during the daytime, and then at night they would have rested and fasted. But now we have all this artificial lighting. So Edison invented the incandescent light bulb in 1879, and now 80% of the world's population is exposed to artificial light at night. And this is becoming more and more problematic too. So between 2012 and 2016, for example, the amount of the Earth's planet that was exposed to artificial light, but also the intensity of the artificial light that we're exposed to, intensified by over 2% per year during that time. And we also know that there are associations between nocturnal light pollution and certain health outcomes. So one of them actually is obesity. So greater nocturnal light pollution exposure is positively associated with obesity prevalence in more than 80 countries worldwide. And now, as you mentioned, we spend too much of our time inside during the daytime. So we spend about 88% of our time indoors in industrialized societies. And the difference in light exposure between the indoor environment and outdoors is enormous. Quite often inside, the intensity of the light that you're exposed to will be less than 500 lux. Lux is just the unit of measurement. And outside, it will be more than 200 times that much during the midday period. So if you're outside on a sunny day in the middle of June in San Diego, then perhaps the amount of light you'll be exposed to, the intensity, will be more than 100,000 lux. That's more than 200 times greater.
Welcome to the Collective Insights podcast, where we explore topics and technologies revolutionizing human well-being. Dr. Greg Potter, an expert on circadian rhythms, how they interact with nutrition, and how they interact with sleep, joins our own Dr. Greg Kelly for this episode. Today, we'll be discussing circadian rhythms and why they're important to our health. Make sure to subscribe to Collective Insights wherever you listen to podcasts so you don't miss an episode.